management background. Can you tell me what is cost of capital quickly? Yeah, student, kindly interact. Don't delay the class. If you don't interact, the class will not go forward. Please do that. Anyone, can you know the right answer? Please tell me.
Rate of return from the investment.
Pardon me?
Rate of return from the investment the firm is expecting, sir.
Rate of
Return.
Rate of return the firm is expecting. Okay. Anybody else? Good answer. Anybody else? Students, please reply.
It is a total cost that that is up to the company's funds. The total cost of capital.
Yeah. It is the total cost of capital the company incurs for the capital. So the word says cost of capital. You can easily find out that is self-explanatory. It is nothing but the cost for capital. Okay. So whatever the capital they have raised either by equity or debt. Okay. You can see here normally there are two types of financial instruments through which the company will raise the fund. Okay. So they are equity and debt. So there are different variants of equity, there are different variants of debt. There are hybrid instruments which are having features of debt and equity together, like preference share all together. But overall, you can see there are only two types of capital. That is called equity capital and debt capital. Are you getting it? So the cost incurred by the company to raise a fund either by issuing equity or by issuing debt. Here, some company will have equity, some company will have debt. Okay, so some company will have both of them. They will have some portion of equity and some portion of debt. Okay, so what are the costs the company is incurring to raise a fund for the company to form the capital? That is called cost of capital. Okay. So we'll go for the definition of cost of capital. So cost of capital is the rate of return the firm expects to earn from its investment in order to increase the value of the firm in the marketplace. So it is the rate of return the firm has to earn because they have to pay, right? For example, they have the cost of capital is say 10%. Put together debt and equity 10%. So the company has to earn, or whenever they're investing in any project or any investment, it has to give to the company at least 10%. Then only they can bear the cost of capital. Are you getting it? If not, they cannot undertake a particular investment which is not giving you at least the rate of return, that is the cost of capital. Clear? So in other words, it is the rate of return that the suppliers of capital requires as compensation for their contribution of capital. In other words, you can see that the rate of return the supplier of capital, that means the equity shareholders and the debt capital holders, they are actually they expect this much return they have to get when they're investing in your company, either through equity or debt. That is what is called as cost of capital. That means this particular return to compensate the contribution of the capital what the shareholders or the bond holders or debt holders are taking. Is it clear? Any doubt? Students, please respond. Please respond, students.
No, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So cost of capital investor in this financial management is equal to the return an investor can fetch from the next best alternative in investment. That means here he is talking about the opportunity cost. So it is the opportunity cost of investing the same money in different investment having similar risk and other characteristics. So from a financial angle, so cost of capital is simply the cost which is paid for using the capital. This is what I was telling in the beginning. In simple words, it is the cost which is paid for using the capital which has been given by the suppliers. Okay, so it's a percentage return on investment that convinces an investor to invest in a particular project or company or investment is the appropriate cost of capital for that particular investor. If investor is expecting, okay, this much return they have to get, that return the company has to earn. If the company is capable of earning that return, then the investor will invest in so and so company's project or investment. So now you can see there, cost of capital is nothing but simply is the cost of debt plus cost of equity. You getting it? So what are the sources of cost of capital? You can see one is equity share capital, other one is preference share capital, debt capital, and the fourth one is retained earnings. So we will learn for each of that how to calculate the cost of equity, how to calculate cost of preference share capital, cost of debt, and cost of retained earnings. Okay, so we will see first one, cost of equity. So cost of equity we can classify under two things. One is cost of equity capital. Cost of equity capital is the cost of using the equity capital or capital of equity shareholders in the operation. Second, it is a cost which has to be paid in the form of dividends to the equity shareholders and the capital appreciation, whatever they want to get in the form of stock price. So what is capital appreciation? Say for example, I'm investing in the Infosys company today, the share price is 2000 and after 5 years it becomes 3000. So what is the capital appreciation? How much is capital appreciation for Infosys company?
3,000.
How much?
3,000.
3000 minus 2000. How much you get?
1,000.
The current price is 3000. When I purchased it was 2000. So there is 1,000 rupees of appreciation. That is called as capital appreciation. So for the equity capital, the cost of capital is one is the dividend what company pays, and the capital appreciation what you can see in the form of stock price. So that is why the company, the any shareholders who is investing in your company, will always make sure that your stock price goes up. The moment the stock price coming down, down and down, down and down, immediately the investor will sell your stock. Got it? Get it out? So what is cost of preference share? Preference share you already know. Preference share is also, it is actually a hybrid investment instrument which has the nature of equity and capital, debt capital. One is they have the preference over the equity shareholders in the form of dividends and in the form of when the company is winding up, they will get the first preference to pay their capital, and here the dividends will be constant. So for the preference shareholders, what is that? That is apparently it's a dividend which is the cost of capital and paid by the company. The preference shares issued at a stated rate of dividend on the face value of the share, and although dividend is not mandatory and it is not create a legal obligation like debt, it has a preference of payment over equity for dividend payment and distribution of assets at time of liquidation. So whenever the company is winding up or liquidating, first preference is given to preference shareholders. Are you getting it? Okay. So broadly, preference shares can be of two types. One is redeemable and irredeemable. So what is redeemable shares? Which can be redeemed after so and so years. Say for example, if the redemption date is 10 years, so after 10 years, that is say for example, if you are issuing today, that is 2021 of April. So redemption will be on April. So you add 10 years, it will be 31, 2031 the redemption. And what is irredeemable preference share? Those are the shares which will be irredeemable. I mean there is no maturity date. There is no maturity date. The maturity date is infinite. Okay, it is issued for the lifetime of the company and not redeemable. You will not able to get back your capital till the company is alive. Only when the company closes down, then only you get back your capital. That is called irredeemable shares. Next one is cost of debt. The cost of debt is the cost of using banks or any financial institution's money in the business, the banks are compensated in the form of interest on their capital. So in that cost of debt, we get cost of debenture, cost of term loan. So debenture actually is issued to the public, and the public can invest in debenture, and those who are investing in debenture, they will receive interest. They will receive interest for the money what they are invested every year. Plus, again, debentures are redeemable and irredeemable. Some debentures are redeemed up to so and so years, say 10 years, 5 years, and some debentures are irredeemable. That means it will be for lifetime of the company. Similarly, term loans you take from the bank. So bank will give you term loan for 10 years, 20 years, 25 years. Okay, again you have to pay to the bank the money, that is what called as interest you have to pay, and you have to repay the entire money after so and so year. This is on the maturity date you have to pay the entire loan. And what is cost of retained earnings? What is retained earnings? Anybody? You already know this. What is retained earnings? Anybody? Will you tell me what is retained earnings? Students, what is retained earnings? Please reply.
Those
Sir,
money
after
that
the
will be reinvesting in the company.
No, please repeat now.
The profit that will be reinvesting in the company, sir.
Okay, profit that is reinvested in the company. Anybody else? Hariharan?
Portion of
So it is the
profit that
earnings
we made.
earnings that is left with the company after the distribution of the dividend to its shareholders.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody else? One more person was answering.
Portion of the profit that we keep in case we have any risk or something.
Yeah. So it is the accumulated portion of out of the business profit. What are the profit company has earned, which is not distributed as dividend. Normally they are supposed to distribute as dividend to the shareholders, but the board of directors will decide whether to distribute or not, or sometimes they distribute only only few portion of the dividend. Okay, so that will become that will be called as retained earnings. But instead are reserved for reinvestment back into the business. Maybe they want to reinvest for working capital, or they want to purchase fixed assets, or they want to invest in expansion of business, or they want to start a new product. So for different various reasons, they will retain the earnings rather than distributing it as dividend to the shareholders. Understood? Or sometimes they have to pay some debt. Like for example, they want to pay a debenture after 10 years. So for that, they'll keep this money reserved. So that after 10 years, they'll be having that fund so that they can easily, comfortably, they can repay the debt holders. That is nothing but debenture holders or bank. So the cost of these retained earnings equals the return of shareholders should accept on their investment. So always retained earnings is compared with the cost of equity. Why? Can someone tell me why it is equal to cost of equity? Anyone? Because I'll tell you what is the reason. Because in case you are going to distribute this money as a dividend to the shareholder, what the shareholders will do? What will shareholder will do? They will go and invest somewhere else. Say for example, they invest in bank or they invest in some other instruments, which will give you say 10% return. So that is what is called as the cost of retained earnings. In case you have given this money to the shareholders, they invest somewhere else and they'll get some more return. So whatever the return they are supposed they will get, that is actually called as cost of retained earnings. That is why retained earnings cost is equal to cost of equity. Is it clear? Understood? Students, please reply. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So return earnings, there is no separate formula for that. We will use the formula what we use for cost of equity only. Okay. Yeah. So cost of debt. We will now start the problem. I think all of you got the question bank. Did all of you download the question bank from the LMS?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
If you're done, if you're not done, please download now. So we will start now. So now we have to calculate cost of all these sources of fund. So we have to calculate cost of equity shares, cost of preference share, cost of debt, and cost of retained earnings. I'll show you how to calculate for each of these, and then in the end we will be able to calculate the weighted average cost of capital that includes all the sources of fund. Understood? So debenture will be cost of debenture, cost of term loan, everything comes under cost of debt. Is it clear? So now we will start with the cost of debt. Is it okay? We will start with cost of debt, now it's called as KD. Okay? So some author writes capital K and small d, that is what is called cost of debt. So there are two types of formulas you come across. I think you did you get the formulas in the question bank? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these formulas are there. I have taken from there only. So the cost of debt, that is for perpetual. What is the perpetual? Perpetual means there is no end. It will be for forever. That means it is redeemable. It is irredeemable debenture or term loan or debt. Any debt which is irredeemable. That means there is no maturity date. There is no maturity date. That is called perpetual debt. So how to calculate the cost of this perpetual debt is KD is equal to 1 into 1 minus I into 1 minus T divided by D. Okay. So what do you mean by I? I is nothing but interest amount in rupees. It is not percentage of interest, it is the interest amount we have to calculate. How much is the interest amount that you have to write there. And 1 minus T, what is T? T is the tax rate. And what is D? That is realizable value of debenture. That means when they are issuing debenture, how much money they will realize, how much money company is getting. So that is called realizable value of debenture. Understood, students? First formula, KD is equal to 1 into 1 minus D divided by D. Clear? Shall we do a problem on this now? Perpetual will do, and then we will go for redeemable debenture or debenture of debt. Clear? So all of you please write down this question. This question is not there in the question bank because perpetual debt questions are not there in that. So that's why I'm giving you separately. All of you please write down. And in the meantime, I want someone to read the question. Any one of you kindly read loudly and slowly. Dear students, please read.
Vishnu Steels has issued 30,000 irredeemable 14% debentures of rupees 150 each. The cost of flotation of debentures is 5% of the total issued amount. The company's taxation rate is 40%. Calculate cost of debt.
Okay, so Vishnu Steel Company has issued 30,000 irredeemable debentures. What is the interest rate?
14%.
14%. So 30,000 preference shares, and for each, how much is the each of the debenture rate? 150. Okay, so if you want to calculate the total debenture amount, what they got on the debt capital, that is 30,000 into 150, you have to multiply. That is what you get. So how much you get? Capital multiply 30,000 into 150. How much are you getting? Students?
So 4,50,000.
No.
45 lakhs.
45 lakhs you get.
45 lakhs.
It is total debenture capital what they issue is 45 lakhs. 45 lakhs of worth of money they have received. So each debenture is 150 rupees and total debentures what they issued is 30,000. 30,000 is the number of debentures. To tell you in the simple words, 30,000 is number of debentures what they issued. So that is what is the amount. And the cost of flotation of debenture. What is flotation? Flotation means the cost incurred for issuing debenture. See, when you want to issue debenture, you have to give publicity, you have to spend some advertisement cost, you have to pay some registration fee for the SEBI and the stock market. Okay, so there are so many other, and they have to distribute the application forms, collect the application form, and they have to appoint some banker to collect the money. So all this they incur some cost. That cost is called flotation cost. Did you understand? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Flotation cost is nothing but, you can see here, cost of issuing any financial security. Cost of issuing any financial security is called flotation cost. This is what is flotation cost. Cost of issuing security. So that security cost is, flotation cost is 5% of the total issued capital. So how will you calculate flotation cost? So 5% on what you're going to calculate? 5% on the total debenture. What you issued is 45 lakhs. So 45 lakhs into 5%. And company is under taxation, so the tax rate is 40%. So it's asking us to calculate the cost of debt. Okay. So what is the formula you'll be using? You'll be using KD is equal to I into 1 minus D divided by 1 minus T divided by D. I know the value of I know the value of T, I know the value of D. D will calculate now on the board, and then we can solve that. Okay. So all of you please write down the this thing. All of you, did you copy the question? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. So first we will write down what all is given in the question, and then we will do the problem. So how to calculate the, I need the interest amount. How to calculate interest amount? Right? So first we calculate how much the total debenture is 30,000 debenture into 150 rupees. So how much you get? Already you have done the calculation. How much you got?
45 lakhs.
45 lakhs.
So 30,000 units of debenture they issued. One debenture is 150. So how much you get? 45 lakhs. How much you got? Now how to calculate interest rate? On this 45 lakhs, they are supposed to pay 14%. So calculate. So 45 lakhs into 14%. How much you get? Right?
6,30,000.
6 lakhs. How much you got now?
6,30,000.
6 lakhs 30,000. Got it? This is the interest. So we got I. How much is T? Tax rate.
40%.
40%.
Next, how much is T?
18 lakhs.
Yeah. How much? 18 lakhs.
So that's for the taxation.
You have to calculate whatever the capital is issued, you have to minus from that flotation cost. Then we will get the D value. So right now, issued capital is how much is issued? That is 45 lakhs. Minus flotation cost. So how to calculate flotation cost? 45 lakhs into what is the percentage of flotation cost?
5%.
So calculate 5% of 45 lakhs.
2,25,000.
2 lakhs
25,000.
5,000 minus rate should be your realizable value of debenture. So calculate D value.
So 42 lakhs 75,000.
42 lakhs 75,000. So understood that? So the D value will actually tell you how much money they are getting. Upon you have to minus all the expenses what they are incurring for issuing. Okay, so we have to minus the protection cost. Sometimes they issue a discount also. If any discount is given, we have to minus discount also. So whatever the remaining amount, whatever the company is realizing or whatever company is getting, that is actually D value. You understand? How to calculate D value? Any protection cost, any discount we are issuing, that we have to minus. If the issuing premium, no problem. But discount means we have to deduct. So it's a loss to the company. Discount. Now D value we got P value, we got I value. So can we calculate now? Substitute the formula now. So what is the formula of cost of debt? Yeah, debt is equal to what is the formula?
I into 1 minus
D
T.
divided by D.
Perpetual debenture. You see there in the question anywhere they are given maturity date or when it is going to mature, it is given.
No, sir.
So based on that, decide whether it is redeemable or irredeemable. If it is redeemable, they will tell you the date or the year or number of years to get mature. There will be the maturity date to be given. Here it is not given, so we can easily identify it is a irredeemable debenture. And then here the word also is given there, irredeemable, but sometimes the word is not given. How to identify based on the maturity date is missing. Have been understood that is a irredeemable debenture. Okay, so I put the values now. I will got 6 lakhs 30,000, 6 lakhs 30,000 into 1 minus P. P is over 40%. So that
40%.
this one how much you get? 40%. 40 divided by 100 how much you get? 0.40. So 0.40 divided by D. D is over 42 lakhs 75,000. You understand the substitution? Yes or no? So calculate the cost of debt.
0.088.
Zero 0.088.
How much you got?
0.088.
0.088.
0.0884. So it's a percentage. So multiply by 100. How much you get?
8.842.
8.842. So the cost of debt is 8.84. You understand? Anybody has any doubt? Anybody has any doubt? Please tell me. Please confirm. Any doubt or you understood? Yes or no?
Sir, in the
Understood.
formula they didn't mention the into 100, sir. Then why did
Formula they not mention what?
multiplication of 100?
I did not mention, but normally the cost of debt it will show in the form of percentage. Even if you keep focus, your answer is correct, no problem.
Okay, sir.
But normally, normal way we will show the cost of debt or cost of equity in the percentage value. Okay, it's very easy for people to understand. Okay. Even though it is not in the formula, no problem. Even if you write 0.088 0.0844, your answer is correct. You will get full mark, don't worry. Understand how to calculate the cost of irredeemable debenture. Now we'll go to the second question. Hope all of you are writing down.
Sir,
Write in the notes. Please maintain separate notes for this paper. Okay, so please write separate notes for this particular course. Okay, so now we'll go for second question. Sorry, question number 1 in the question bank. So these are the formulas which are there in question bank. So please note down those formulas. We will take one by one. If I take everything, you will get confused. Okay, so now we will go for redeemable debenture. Okay, so what is the formula for redeemable debenture? So it is I into 1 minus T plus RV minus SV divided by N divided by RV plus SV divided by 2. Got it? So you already know what is I. Student, what is I?
interest amount.
Interest amount.
Amount and T.
Tax.
And what is RV? You can see here. What is RV?
Redeemable value.
Redemption value. That means when you are redeeming, what is the value you are going to get, or what is the value you have to pay to the debenture holder? How much money you have to pay? It is redemption value. And then SV. What is SV?
Sale value.
It is actually sale value. But if they are selling at discount, as I said earlier, you have to minus the discount value. If they are incurring any protection cost, but also you have to minus. So SV is nothing but sale value minus discount minus protection cost. Not all the products will have discount. Not all the products will have protection cost. We will apply this formula based on question to question. Okay. And what is N? Small n.
Number of years to maturity.
Number of years to maturity. Okay. So RV, please remember in mind, RV is redemption value. That means when the company is redeeming, that means on the maturity date. On the maturity date, how much money they have to repay to the debenture holder. That is called redemption value. And sale value is when you are issuing debenture and how much money you are getting from the shareholders or from the debenture holders, minusing the discount what you are giving in case you are issuing not discount. If not, there is no discount, and the cost you are incurring, you have to minus that. And the remaining value will be sales value. Got it? Got it, students? Understood the formula? We will use now second formula. So please write down the formula. Okay, so we'll use the second formula now. I request someone to read the question number 3.1.
Ajax Limited has recently made an issue of non-convertible debentures for rupees 400 lakhs. The terms of the issue are as follows. Each debenture has a face value of rupees 100 and carries a rate of interest of 14%. The interest is payable annually and the debenture is redeemable at a premium of 5% after 10 years. If Ajax Limited realizes rupees 97 per debenture and the corporate tax is 50%, what is the cost of the debenture to the company?
Okay. So the Ajax Limited is issuing a non-convertible debenture. What is a non-convertible debenture? That means the debenture cannot be converted into equity shares on the maturity. There are some debentures which are convertible into equity shares. That means on the maturity date, you can convert these debentures into equity shares. Okay. So that is called NCD. And there are debentures which can convert into equity shares. So this is a non-convertible. That means on the maturity, you will get back your money. You cannot convert that into equity shares. Understood? So how much they are issuing? Total capital, how much they are issuing? 4 lakhs rupees, 400 lakhs they are issuing. And the term of issues are as follows. Each debenture has a face value of 100. Each debenture face value of 100 That means one debenture is 100 rupees and carries a rate of interest of 14%. That means the interest rate is 14%. The interest is payable annually and debenture is redeemed at a premium of 5% after 10 years. So it is redeeming after how many years? What is the n value? Small n value?
So 10.
10.
Yes, but you are redeeming at 5% premium. So that 5% premium you have to calculate and then we have to add it, okay, to the RV value. And if Ajax Limited realizes 97 per debenture. So what is this rupees 97? Can someone tell me? Is it RV or SV?
So SV.
It is SV. It's the realizers means they are going to get this much money. For one debenture, they will get 97 rupees. Okay, that means what? They are issuing at discount. What is the face value? Face
100
value.
rupees.
But they are going to realize only 97 rupees. That means 3 rupees they are giving a discount. And the corporate tax is 50%. Corporate tax is 50%. That is T. T is 0.50. And what are the costs of debenture to the company? So here we will have two kinds of formulas where in the first scenario we will not consider tax. Second scenario we will consider tax. I'll teach you how to calculate both the way. Sometimes they'll ask you to calculate pre-tax and post-tax. So I'll teach you both of them, how to calculate cost of debt, pre-tax and the post-tax. Is it clear? Understood?
Yes, sir.
All of you have the question back. So we will solve it now. Yeah. If you have any doubt in question, please let me know. Students, this is very important. You have to understand how to calculate the cost of each different capital, so that when we do the weighted average cost of capital, you have to do all these things. Okay, that's what I'm teaching you separately. First, we can do pre-tax. Pre-tax cost of debt. That means we are not going to consider tax. So, can you ask me what is the formula? Formula will be I plus RV minus SV divided by M whole divided by RV plus SV divided by 2. The formula actually is given 1 into 1 minus 3. We are doing that because we are calculating pre-tax, means before tax. What is the cost of capital? Okay, so we are doing now. So how much is I? I how will calculate? Here he has not given the number of shares or number of debentures which he has not given. If not, then we can consider per unit. We will consider for per share or per debenture is enough. So how much is one debenture face value? Always one thing remember.
1 rupee.
The interest rate is calculated on face value. Okay, interest is calculated on face value. So one debenture you receive 100. And how much is the interest rate? Percentage? 14%.
14.
How much? 100 into 14%.
14.
Rupees? 14 rupees. So how much is 50? 50%. Then how much is RV? Realizable value? That means redemption value. So not redemption value, how much? You see, he says that it is going to redeem at premium 5%. So calculate. So always your redemption will be your face value only. So they get face value plus premium. How much is premium? 5%. So how to calculate? 100 into 5% is premium. So how much you get?
105.
45% of 100. How much?
105. 105.
So this will be how much? 5 rupees. So the total amount is how much?
105.
Not 5. Next, how much is SP? Is it fair value?
97.
97.
Accessible? How much?
97.
97 rupees we are getting now. 7 rupees. Yes, given directly, so they don't have any calculation because they don't given the discount percentage is not given, but he has given directly the amount at which they are going to realize the value at the 7. So what is that? Many how many years? How many years?
10.
10 years. N is 10 years. So I got the I value, I got R value, N value, and then I can substitute the answer. Okay. So shall I substitute now? Able to see right there. Visible. Yeah. So I is how much we got? 14 rupees plus RV is how much? RV is 105.
105.
Is 97 divided by n, that is 10 years. 4 divided by RV 105, then SC 97 divided by 2. So please calculate. First you minus this and divide by 10 plus 40. How much you get? Calculate. Tell me the numerator.
14.8.
14 plus 0. How much?
8. 8. 8.
8, sir.
0.8. Okay. Then divided by, you calculate.
101.
101.
1.
14.0, 14.8 divided by 101. How much you get?
0.146.
0.46.
65. 14.65.
14.25 or rupees or units or percentage. 14.65%. So 14.65% is the cost of debt. This is in case of pre-tax. I didn't consider it as the tax. Did you understand? Any doubts, friends?
No, sir.
Can you explain RV once again?
Pardon?
RV.
I can't hear. Can you be louder?
So can you RV, sir? Redemption value.
How do you got RV?
Yes, sir.
That means when the company is bidding it, how much the debenture holder will get? He will get, normally they will get the only face value. But in this case, in the question is told there, it is redeemable at premium. That means premium means they want to get addition to the face value. How much they are going to get? They are going to get 5%. 5% of 100 rupees. But multiply is face value only. Whenever you are calculating the discount or premium or interest rate, it is always on face value. So please remember. So face value is 100 into 5%. This is the premium. So it is being within that premium. So 5% of 100 is so 100 plus 5 is 105. Did you understand now? Yes or no? Who asked that question? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we will do post-tax. Now we will do post-tax. So post-tax, I'm teaching both because in questions they may ask you anything. This is the post-tax. That means after considering the taxation rate. So post-tax. So what you have to change in the formula? everything remains same except the I. I you have to multiply by 1 minus p. You know? I into 1 minus. Remaining all will be same. Only we are going to multiply the I to 1 minus p. That means the interest rate, whatever you are paying, you can deduct it from the your taxable income. So remaining things are same. Only thing is the I T will be 0.5. 50% means 0.5. So shall we calculate now? Shall we substitute the values in the formula? Yes, no? Please respond, students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right now, I is over 14 rupees into 1 minus T. T is 0.50 plus RV is 105 minus SV is 97 divided by N is 10 4 divided by 105 plus 97 divided by 2. First we calculate the numerator, it can be how much is this value? 14 into 1.
7, sir.
7.
7.
7 plus
0.8.
0.8.
10. How much?
0.8.
Then this one 105 plus 97.
101.
0.0772.
Multiply 100. That is the percentage, right? In percentage
7.77. 7.722.
into percent. 7.7%. You understand now? Post tax, is it decreasing or increasing? How much was pre-tax?
14.65.
14.6.
Tax was 14%. Pre-tax was 14%. Now it is 7%, almost 50% reduction. We have to close to 50%. Got it? This is how you have to calculate for pre-tax and post-tax. Because in question they will ask you anything, so you should be in the position to answer the both. Understood, students?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So, what is 7.72, sir? Is it the profit the company is going to get, that percentage, or what, sir?
1 minute, I'm not able to hear clearly. Let me off all the fans. Yeah, please tell me now.
Sir, I want to know what is 7.72, the answer that we got, sir, what it indicates.
What do you mean by?
The 7.72, sir, the cost of debenture, what does that indicate, sir?
Realizable value. You're
The
asking,
company is going to get, sir?
no, you're asking RV or SV?
No, sir, the overall answer that we got,
Ah,
the KD, what does that indicate, sir?
okay, you're asking what you mean by this 7.772%. Yes?
Yes, sir, yes. Yes, sir.
Rate of interest, now the company has to pay to the share of the debenture holder. This is the cost of debt. That means if I want to raise this how much 400 lakhs, so how much the cost the company is incurring? 7.72%. That's the cost of debt. Understood? That means whichever place the company invested this money, this 400 lakh, whatever the investment of the investment of the project they're investing, the project should give you at least 7.72% or more than 7.72%. Then only that company will be profitable. In case of 6% with the and you're investing this 400 lakhs into that particular project, then it is not acceptable. The company is definitely lost because the cost they are incurring is 7.72. Always the return should be more than 7.72. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The meaning of 7.72%. So that is the cost. One way it is a cost the company is incurring to raise the to get this 400 lakh of rupees. Yes or no? So through issuing the debenture, the company is getting 400 lakhs of rupees. So for that, what is the cost? Cost is 7.72%. I mean, the company is incurring this much cost. So obviously, this is the cost the company is incurring to raise the debentures or debenture capital. So whenever the company is investing in any of the any of the projects they're investing or they're investing in any business, the business should give you minimum this cost or more than this is better. If any business is giving less than 7.72, then company will incur loss. That's the application part of that. Understood, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is why we are calculating cost of debt. So cost of debt, this much is the return, this much is the cost the company is incurring. So they have to make sure that they will get this much of return in wherever they're investing this money. That is the company will be, they will do something called as capital budgeting. But anyways, you will learn in the next time. That is in the corporate finance 2. CF2 you will learn in third trimester how to budget the capital and all that thing. There you are going to use this again, the same concept will be used. Got it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we'll go for next question now. 3.2. Question number 3.2. Somebody read. Question number 3.2, please.
XYZ Co. has debentures outstanding with 5 years before maturity. The debenture are currently selling for rupees 90. Face value is rupees 100. The debentures are to be redeemed at 5% premium. Interest rate is paid annually at 12%. The firm's tax rate is 35%. Calculate KD, BU, QP.
Yeah, the BU is nothing but the Bank University question paper. Yeah, it has come in Bank University question paper once. So we have to calculate KD. KD is nothing but cost of debt. So here they're issuing what are the N value we have? How many years to maturity?
5.
5 years. N is 5. Debentures are currently selling at rupees 90, even though face value is 100 rupees. So what is this 90 rupees?
SV.
Discount, sir.
So already he has deducted the discount and he has told you the direct value, that is 90. Is there given any flotation cost is given? If any flotation cost is given, we have to minus that also. He has not given, right? So SV will be.
No, sir.
So how to calculate SV? Face value minus discount minus flotation cost. Here discount rate is not given. They are not given flotation cost, but directly he has given the SV value. So whatever is given, we will take. Same like earlier in first question also is given directly SV as 97 rupees. Now SV is 90 rupees. Okay. Next, what is RV? How much redemption value?
5%.
100, sir.
No. You read. You did
5% of 100.
that figure you have to add up to 100. Yes or no?
Yes,
You are going to redeem not at face value. Normally it is redeemed at face value, but this company to motivate the debenture holders to invest in your company or to invest in your company for 5 years, they are attracting the investors. How they are attracting? They're saying that okay, when I am redeeming you the money, I will redeem you at premium. When you are investing, you will invest at discount. I'm giving discount also when I'm issuing, and I'm giving you premium when I'm redeeming the money. So definitely what happens is, if anybody is there, if I am there in this particular position, I will definitely invest in this particular debenture. Yes or no? Will you invest or not? Because it's giving discount also and it's giving premium also when it's redeeming. So it's a very beautiful and very good. But only thing we should be careful before investing whether this company is good or not. Normally, if the company is very good, they will not give actually any redemption, they will not give any discount, they will not give any premium. Only if company is very not well known, very new company, or company has more risk, those companies will do all these things. Okay, they'll give discount, they'll give premium. Okay, anyway, what it may be. So they are giving you premium. How much? 5%. So interest rate is 12%, tax is 35%. So let us calculate pre-tax first, then we'll go for post-tax. So we use same formula, and the values we need to write down. So we will do first tax. So pre-tax will be only I. We're not to multiply with. You're not able to see. You're able to see. Yeah, sorry, I didn't change the camera. Yeah, you're able to see now.
Yes, sir.
So we will first calculate pre-tax. That is for question number 2.2. Question number 2.2. So pre-tax I into this thing. So first we'll calculate I. How much is I? How much is I? What is our face value? 100. Into what is the interest rate? 12%. Calculate 12% of 100.
12.
And P how much?
35.
Now we offer.
100 plus 5%.
5%. So
105.
what is SCB value?
90.
90. And the common gas? 5. Now, I is 12 plus RV 105 divided by 5, 4 divided by 105 plus divided by 2. So please calculate the answer quickly. How much is it? How much is the numerator?
Sir, 15.
Plus how much? Plus delta T is how much?
Three, total 15, sir. 12 plus 3.
12 plus 3, sir.
Divided by how much?
97.5.
97.5.
0.1538, sir. 0.1538. 1538.
1538 is multiplied by 100. What the percentage? 15.38.
15.38.
Yeah. So this is the pre-tax. Post-tax, we will do it for the next class because time is up. Any doubt, students, for today's class?
No, sir.
So today we started the cost of debt. Today we